Hello everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here, bringing you a video on social stuff about Belarus. Now, I'm very interested by the human organism, and not only in its biochemical processes, but also in its social processes and aspects, or whatever you'd want to call them. And there's an idea in the West that over in like Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, things are very far in the past, that girls are very traditional, that, just kind of imagine going back 70 years. That's kind of like the idea. 70 years in the past of the West. But that's not really true, at least for the mostly city girls that I've met. And also, it's worth mentioning that Belarus, even in just the few years that I've been coming here, does seem to have changed. For example, I got a message. For example, I pretty much didn't see any homosexuals being homosexual in public 3 years ago. Sometimes some young girls that thought they were lesbians would be holding hands, walking around. I did see a few of those. But you didn't see people like really showing it, whereas now, and I am a very aware person about humans, and I can tell someone's race very easily, their sexuality very easily, but you don't need to be me to realize that when people are doing their hairs in certain ways and dressing in certain ways, that they're displaying homosexuality, and that's I see way more of that now. So that goes against traditional things from like 70 years ago. But yeah, to get back on the topic more of the girls, for example, classical dancing, where you're like, by the way, I don't know how to classically dance. I do want to learn someday. Yes, I don't know. My camera's a little bit high up, but hope it's okay. So yeah, girls here don't do that. They think it's weird. Now, perhaps if you find a 45, 50, 60-year-old woman here, they would think that that's very nice. Twirl them around and dance. But if you find a 20-year-old girl here, maybe if you go into a village somewhere, you'll find one that has not been touched by the modern age. That's pretty difficult, considering that even in villages, I don't know for sure, but I think they have internet, and they have cell phones, and they have Instagram and TikTok and everything. So yeah, you're not gonna find that. Girls who are into classical dancing, for example. Another example is that lots and lots of them have tattoos. Lots and lots of them are not virgins at age 20. I mean, not that they should be, but ideally you would be with your husband, not sleeping around just with all sorts of guys. So what was the original idea of this video? I said social stuff in Belarus, but I might want to make like more specific videos. But yeah, it's not how people think, especially now. Like 3 years ago, still not, but more so than now. And it's kind of sad actually when I see a lot of the guys now, and like the young guys, and I'm thinking like, wow, what happened? They're so pathetic and feminine now. Like they're all, I mean, they were always skinny, but now they're like skinny, wearing skinny jeans, trying to show off their skinniness, dyeing their hair different colors, and just not looking very masculine. And yeah, it's a shame. So I'm gonna make specific videos about how it is to try to find girls here for dating or hookup or marriage. But yeah, this one is just that socially it's not like 1950s America. You're not gonna find an old traditional, you might find an old traditional girl, but you're not gonna find a traditional young girl who's traditional in the old ways. There's also a misconception that like girls here will put up with you hitting them and stuff. I hope you don't hit a girl, but they don't seem fine even with being slapped a little bit. So that's something to know. Not that you should have to slap your girl. You should find a girl you don't need to slap, but something to keep in mind, because I heard people tell me, oh yeah, those Russian girls, they're fine with like being slammed around and stuff, or like beat up, or it's like, no, they're not. It may be legal to hit your wife in Russia, but it doesn't mean that they're okay with it. They're not. But who knows, maybe as they get older, they just don't have any options. But you go out with a young girl and you give her a backhand slap, you're not going to see her the next day. It's funny how people think all these crazy things about here, Ukraine, Russia, and they're not true at all. The girls are very, they're not so progressive that they think they're guys, but they're very progressive. They don't... Okay, so you have to have reference points. Compared to the girls in the United States, they're not progressive. Compared to girls in 1950s United States, they're very progressive. Now, still most of them are looking for real relationships. That's that. But there's enough of them that aren't, that I would classify them overall as pretty progressive. And they're into like doing the new types of dancing, the more sexualized dancing. They're into, like I said, tattoos and stuff. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. Like, they just don't look like a nice, pure girl. Now, there are lots of nice, pure girls. I'm just saying that there's enough of them that you can't say that it's like an old, traditional place as a whole. And what else can I say? I'm gonna make specific videos about, so people think like it's super easy here to get girls. No, it's like the same as the United States. If you're good at picking up girls, you'll be good at picking up girls here. Well, if you don't speak any Russian, you might not be. I don't know how people think that they're gonna go to Belarus, Russia, or Ukraine, not know any Russian, not be good with girls like in the United States or England or wherever, and they're gonna come here and just magically get all the only reason you have a girl is because she's from Belarus. Like, okay, just come to Belarus, try to get a girl. You're not gonna get one, especially if you don't speak any Russian. Like, yeah, you might be able to find a girl who speaks English, but what's the chance of that girl also being the right one for you? Now, you might be able to find like your niche, which could be girls that know English that are looking for a guy that's wealthy, and you could try to go with those ones. I wouldn't. I'd try to find one that speaks English and who just happens to be the right one for you, but if you're limited because you don't speak any Russian at all, your chances of just finding a gold digger are going to be a lot higher, because maybe some girl knows English and she just sees that opportunity and you can't get any other girls, so your options are very low. Like everywhere in the world, girls don't really care about big muscles. Like, I know I don't look that big on camera, but I am bigger than girls' preferences. And I'm going to end this video here. Check out andrewhutchings.com for my book on tendinitis, or for health information. It's not medical advice, because it's not advice. It's just medical information. And you can also hire me for training stuff, for diet stuff, for whatever. Or if you want to learn more about Belarus, because I've already covered so much fitness stuff and health stuff. I mean, of course, there's way more health stuff to cover, but I don't want to just cover every random thing. So yeah, I'm just going to make more Belarus videos from now on. Yeah, it's not the 1950s here. Things are progressive, sadly. I mean, of course, to a degree it's good, but I think the sad reality is, in our modern world, everybody's exposed to the internet. So everybody is corrupted. And screwed up by it. I mean, to a degree. Not everybody's like really screwed up, but it's not good. Even places like here, the young people are changing quite a bit. What could be done to help it? Inject everybody with testosterone? No, I think somehow there needs to be some better option. And of course, also, don't inject the girls with testosterone.